The New General Service List, or NGSL, is an amazing list of words. It's amazing because the list contains only 2,800 words, but those 2,800 words cover 90% or more of the words in spoken English and written English texts. And in this week's episode, we are going to talk about 5 words with 15 meanings from the NGSL. My name is Tim, and this is my podcast, Master English with Tim, where every week you can learn English in depth and detail and without ever hurrying, so you can move from intermediate to advanced English. Okay, let's get started with our 5 words from the NGSL. First word for this week is 1,876 out of those 2,800, and the word is cope. That's C-O-P-E. This one is a verb. And by the way, all of the meanings that I will give in this episode will have 3 examples. So, if you cope with something, it means that you continue to live or work effectively in a difficult situation. In other words, you don't let something kill you or destroy you mentally. Cope has 1 meaning. 3 examples. 1. You will need to cope with angry customers if you work at a call center. 2. She has a strong vocabulary but can't cope with how fast you talk. Actually, that's a very common problem. Sometimes learners or students have very good passive vocabularies, but when they hear people speak quickly, they really can't cope. 3rd and last, I can cope with badly behaved kids, but that doesn't mean I like working with them. Okay, our next word is 1,877, approximately. That's A-P-P-R-O-X-I-M-A-T-E-L-Y. Approximately. This word has 1 meaning. We use approximately to say that a number is not exact. Some synonyms of approximately are about and around. 3 examples. 1. The flight is delayed for approximately 2 hours because of bad weather. 2. The repairs to your car will cost approximately $800. We will call you with an exact price later. 3rd and last. Did you finish writing your book? Not yet. I still have to write approximately 50%. Okay, our next word is another big, long word like approximately. This one is 1,878, accommodation. That's A-C-C-O-M-M-O-D-A-T-I-O-N. Accommodation. Accommodation has 3 meanings and is always a noun. The first meaning is a place where a person sleeps, usually while traveling or after moving to a place. So accommodation is not a house where you live all the time. It's a house that you rent for a few days or a hotel room. Examples. 1. Yes, I suppose a tent is a kind of simple accommodation. 2. It's getting dark. Maybe we should try to find accommodation soon? 3rd and last. Flights and accommodation both get more expensive near the holidays. Okay, the second meaning is special, easier conditions given to someone because they have a disability. 3 examples. 1. Airlines are required by federal law to make accommodations for people in wheelchairs. 2. What kind of accommodations should we give to test takers who are blind or deaf? 3rd and last. They granted her an accommodation. By the way, if you grant someone an accommodation, you give them one. So, they granted her an accommodation by letting her take the test a week later after her grandmother died. The 3rd and last meaning of accommodation is steps intended to reduce the effect from a future inconvenience, especially delays. 3 examples. 1. We need to make accommodations for potential delays. You mean we need to leave early? Yes. 2. Many businesses are unsure of how to make accommodations for disrupted supply chains. Disrupted supply chains are supply chains that have problems in them. That's happened recently, since the pandemic, and continuing. 3rd and last, You need to make accommodations for financial difficulties by saving more money. Okay, our third word today is 1878, highlight. H-I-G-H-L-I-G-H-T, highlight. This one has a lot of meanings, 6 of them. That is more than any other word this episode, and half of these meanings are verbs, half are nouns. 6. So, the first verb meaning is to color an important or interesting part of a text using a clear marker so that you can easily find that part of the text later. So this is not like a red or black marker or something where you write on top of something and you cannot see the text that is under it. Usually color with a yellow highlighter or a green one, and when you color it, you can see exactly what is written there. 3 examples. 1. I highlighted the most important parts of the text with a yellow highlighter. 2. Would you buy a used book that someone else has highlighted in? 3rd and last. Let's highlight the parts of these forms that customers have to sign so they can find those parts more quickly. The second meaning is also a verb. It is to make an important fact obvious and impossible to ignore. Examples. 1. The murder of George Floyd in 2020 highlighted police mistreatment of African Americans. 2. A series of recent airplane crashes has highlighted the need for more air traffic controllers. An air traffic controller is one of those people that sits in a tower and manages landings and takeoffs so that airplanes do not run into each other. So here's the example again. A series of airplane crashes recently has highlighted the need for more air traffic controllers. Air traffic controller, wow, what a stressful job. 3rd and last, of course, it's better to highlight students' achievements rather than saying nothing about them. Okay, now let's move on to the first of 3 noun meanings for highlight. This meaning of highlight is the best, most memorable part of something. Examples. 1. Visiting the Grand Canyon was a highlight of the trip. 2. My morning run in the park is usually the highlight of my day. 3rd and last. Thank you for being my students. Teaching this group has been a highlight of my career. Okay, the second of 3 noun meanings is bright colors that people use to color only certain parts of their hair. So if you color all of your hair bright green, that's not a highlight. If you put some green lines in it or red lines or something, those are highlights. Examples. 1. The highlights are in the hair care part of the store nearby the shampoo. 2. The store didn't have purple highlights, so I bought and mixed blue and red ones. 3rd and last. I mistakenly bought highlights with the color of cheddar cheese. Okay, the final noun meaning is the part of a person's hair that has been brightly colored with highlights. 1. I love your red highlights. 2. Those pink highlights look great in your black hair. 3rd and last. His blue highlights match his eyes. Now let's come back to the final meaning of highlight, which is to color a part of someone's hair using highlights. So obviously this is a verb. Here are the examples. 1. She highlighted the hair above her ears green. 2. Please stop complimenting me for highlighting my hair gray. 3rd and last. I don't know how people are able to highlight just one part of their hair. That's true. I don't know how they do that. How do you just color just one part of it without making a mess and getting the red or green or whatever all over the place? No idea. The next word is 1879, reporter. This one has one meaning as a noun. A reporter is a person who collects information about what is happening in the world and writes or talks about it in mass media. So a synonym of reporter is journalist. Examples. 1. What do you do? I'm a reporter. I report on international business. 2. A reporter stopped me on the street and asked if she could interview me. 3rd and last. I don't know if this article was written by a reporter or a robot. Okay, our last word of the day is 1880, climate. C-L-I-M-A-T-E. So it looks like it should be climate, but it's climate. This one has 2 meanings as nouns, and this is the last word of the day. The first is the weather that a place has over a long period of time. So weather is what you are experiencing right now, the temperature that you have now and over the past few weeks or the next few weeks, and climate is the weather that you typically have over a long period of time, many years. Examples. 1. North Africa has a hot, dry climate. 2. Why did I have to be born in a place with such an unpleasant climate? Third and last. Agriculture began around 12,000 years ago when the climate became warmer and wetter. Okay, the last meaning of climate is the general conditions affecting business or other areas of life. Examples. 1. The business climate is poor, corruption is common, and inflation is high. 2. The climate is very suitable for investing right now, as taxes are low and there is a lot of innovation. Third and last, I got a job at a different university because the intellectual climate where I had been working was poor. Okay, that's all for this week. Thank you for listening, everyone.